Pelicans are such public menaces that they'll try to eat anything, whether it's capybaras, dogs, or even humans. Generally, these birds eat fish, equipped with a huge combo of a beak and an expandable throat pouch that's capable of snatching any delicious fish trying to escape in the water. And like a lot of birds, the pelican has a bold and greedy nature, as greedy as you are with Christmas chocolates, which turns it into a stomach on legs that tries to eat everything. It doesn't matter if the animal's clearly too big for its mouth, it'll still try because it thinks, hey, you never know. As a result, it will attack children, but also cats, kangaroos, bears, and even giraffes. Giraffes! The thing is 14 to 16 feet tall and weighs hundreds of pounds, and you thought you could fit it in your mouth, but this guy is just insane. Okay, it's funny, but you can imagine the nightmare it is for prey smaller than it is, because pelicans also eat puppies, kittens, salamanders, and even their bird cousins like pigeons. Obviously, for the pelican, bird solidarity means one for all and all in my belly, as it eats every bird it finds, like in this video. But watch out, because when it catches victims that are a bit too large and have the guts to get caught, they struggle so hard to break free that they end up wrecking the pelican from the inside, leaving it brutally injured, and according to karma, it serves him right. This frog is literally more toxic than cyanide. We're talking about the golden poison frog, the deadliest little creature on the planet. Just one of these tiny frogs could kill 10 grown men. Its venom is so powerful that indigenous tribes used it to coat their hunting arrows. One scratch from that arrow, instant game over. And here's the craziest part, this frog doesn't even need to bite you. Just touching its skin is enough to ruin your day. And you thought your ex was toxic? So yeah, don't pet this frog if you see one. Tell me why no one talks about how cursed a seahorse looks. It's literally a fish wearing a horse mask, holding a monkey tail, and pretending it's cute. That's not cute, that's insolent. But get this, it's a cold-blooded killer. No stomach, no chill. It has to eat 24/7s just to survive. Over 3,000 tiny shrimp a day, man's basically the ocean's unemployed vacuum. And despite swimming like an old man with back pain, it hits its target 9 times out of 10. That's elite sniper behavior from a floating question mark. But the real plot twist, the males get pregnant. Yeah, in the seahorse world, feminism won. The female drops her eggs, the dude carries them, and then gives birth like it's no big deal. Next time you see a seahorse, remember, you're not looking at a cute ocean pony. You're looking at nature's most disrespectful little miracle. The males get pregnant. Things like this are the reason I don't swim in the river. That is a Arapaima, one of the biggest freshwater fish on earth. These monsters can reach 10 feet long and weigh over 400 pounds. They're basically living dinosaurs with scales tough enough to block piranha bites. They don't have teeth like sharks, but they don't need them. They crush their prey with a jaw so strong it can shatter bone. And they'll eat anything fish, birds, even small mammals if they get too close. They also have a creepy superpower. They can breathe air. Yeah, this fish can literally come up for oxygen like it's taking a break from drowning its victims. Imagine fishing and something the size of a sofa jumps out of the water right next to you. Nope. Not for me. If you needed another reason to stay out of the Amazon River, there it is. This shark is 500 years old. Greenland sharks are basically the grumpy old men of the sea, and everything about them is legendary in its audacity. Just picture a shark born in the 1600s and still alive today. French Revolution in 1789, he's swimming. Napoleon crowned emperor in 1804, still swimming. American Civil War in 1861, yup, still swimming. World War I and II, this dude just keeps cruising, completely unbothered. These deep sea titans can reach 16 feet long and weigh a ton, drifting peacefully through the icy waters of the North Atlantic and the Arctic Ocean. Well, drifting might be generous, more like crawling. They're so slow that even turtles would flash their headlights like, bro, move, because they only swim at a ridiculous 0.75 miles per hour. And here's the wild part. They don't even start flirting until they're 150 years old. Imagine waiting a century and a half just to go on your first date. Absolute madness. Oh, and when a Greenland shark mom is pregnant, she stays pregnant for 18 years. 18 years. What the f? As their prey is never the fast stuff, these sharks aren't picky. They'll eat anything they can catch. Fish, seals, and even random carcasses like horses, reindeer, or polar bears that fall into the water. You'll never see a great white shark in an aquarium, and here's why. Great whites are open ocean hunters, built for endless roaming. These beasts can cover hundreds of miles in just a few days, always looking for their next snack. Even the biggest aquarium on Earth couldn't fake the sheer size of the ocean. Now you might say, but dolphins live in aquariums too. Sure, but that's where the comparison dies. Great whites in captivity get depressed, stressed, and start bashing their heads against the glass. These behaviors are signs of psychological distress. They basically scream, release me, you insolent primates, or I'll chomp all your skulls. And forget feeding them. They have no interest in the dead, boring fish offered by those insolent humans. They want live prey, which would make the cost of keeping them sky high. Add the medical bills from their wrecked immune systems, and unless you're charging visitors $1,000 per ticket, the math just doesn't work. but some rich idiots tried anyway. Thankfully, they've all failed, and that's for the best.
NANI?!
Nice.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn ugly ass on. Oh my God!
This shark right here is the bull shark, and it's arguably the most dangerous shark on the planet. Here's the thing. Bull sharks don't care where they are. While most sharks stick to the ocean, these guys can live in both salt and fresh water. What? They've got special kidneys that balance salt levels, which means they can cruise from the sea straight into a river. They've been spotted hundreds of miles inland in places like the Mississippi River in the US and the Zambezi River in Africa. Yeah, you could technically meet one without ever touching the ocean. Bull sharks are built like tanks, short, thick, and ridiculously strong. They've got one of the highest bite forces of any shark relative to their size, powerful enough to crush bone. And with testosterone levels among the highest in the animal kingdom, they're not exactly known for patience. Here's the scary part. They're responsible for more attacks on humans than any other shark species. Not because they see us as prey, but because they're territorial and curious. If you swim too close, they'll investigate, and sometimes that investigation involves teeth. If you're cooling off in a tropical river and you feel something brush your leg, just pray if you have time. This beast right here is the Nile crocodile, the fastest crocodile on the planet and one of nature's most efficient killing machines. We're talking over 16 feet of prehistoric muscle with reflexes that make you question physics. On land, this thing can sprint up to 12 miles per hour. Yeah, you heard that right. Faster than most people can run when their life depends on it. And in water, that's where it really shines. With its tail acting like a turbo engine, the Nile croc can surge forward at nearly 20 miles per hour. That's faster than Michael Phelps in a leather tank with teeth. And when it moves, it doesn't chase, it ambushes. It'll stay completely motionless, looking like a log, until its target gets too close. Then, in a fraction of a second, snap, 3,000 pounds of bite force slam shut. To put that in perspective, that's stronger than a grizzly bear's bite. Bones, skulls, anything in the way crushed like twigs. The Nile crocodile doesn't just ambush animals. It strategizes. It studies watering holes, learns the habits of its prey, and even hunts in groups when it needs to. And yes, humans are definitely on the menu. Each year, hundreds of people across Africa vanish near rivers and lakes, and in many cases, this guy is the reason why. If you ever see still water in the wild and think it's safe, think again. Starfish are basically the strippers of the ocean. Give them a pole and they'll start pole dancing. Between that, their soft squishy butts, and the fact that mermaids use them as bras, you start to understand Patrick from SpongeBob a little better. Oh, and if you don't get the whole bra thing, well, maybe that's because you didn't know that a starfish's mouth is actually right in the middle of its body. I'm pretty sure you see where I'm going with this. And with over 2,000 species of starfish out there, we've discovered some wild ones, like the Choriaster granulatus. It looks like, well, let's just say I don't need to spell it out for you. Then there's this absolutely massive starfish with way too many arms. And don't get me started on the feathery ones. Nature really went full freestyle mode with those. If the animals ever decide one day to wipe out humanity, know that the chicken is far from being a victim, direct descendant of the T-Rex. Chickens have 3 million years of deliberate killing running through their veins. So watch your little monkey butts if she decides to attack you. We fear baboons, planet of the apes, but it's proven chickens are as intelligent as other primates. And if apes can gather and beat up humanity, be sure chickens can too, but worse. Because there may only be a few million apes on Earth, but there are 25 billion chickens. That's between 3 and 4 per person in a fight. For the jokers who think it's an easy fight, you're the first to run like idiots. So calm down, please. Their intelligence and monster instinct will easily allow them to hunt us, notably with their perfect color vision better than ours, their telescopic vision better than ours, and their nearly 360-degree field of view better than ours. No problem detecting your big head on the battlefield. And don't try to catch them at night, because chickens practice unihemispheric sleep, which lets them sleep with half their brain, and therefore always keep one eye open to spot you at any hour of the night and incidentally mess you up afterward. You should also tremble at the new generation, because chickens are capable of talking to their chicks when the chick is still in the egg. The chick can respond to its mother with a series of little clicking sounds. Dangerous conversations for us. Even if you cut off a chicken's head, the body can still run nearly 100 meters before collapsing dead enough to catch you and tear up your little asses. Okay, I admit I'm exaggerating a bit. I'll finish with the fact that it's proven chickens lay heavier, bigger eggs when they listen to classical music. Think what you want, but war movies use a lot of epic classical music in their soundtracks, and if chickens react to it, maybe it's to make chicks bigger and meaner to exterminate us. Penguins are straight up psychopaths, and you'll understand why. If a female penguin has a miscarriage and loses her chick, she'll literally try to kidnap someone else's baby or straight up steal it from its mother. Yep. That's a baby being chased by completely unhinged females trying to snatch it while the parents aren't around. Because in penguin world, if you go hunting, you lose your baby. You probably know penguins form lifelong couples. Cute, right? Well, here's what you don't know. They're not faithful at all. Most females cheat on their partners without a shred of guilt whenever they feel like it, which of course leads to brutal fights between yesterday's cheaters and tomorrow's victims. And since I love you, here's another fun fact. Penguins are necrophiles. They'll mate with dead penguins. Adelie penguins even torture their own chicks and sometimes other chicks too. They'll form gangs that commit thefts, murders, and other things I can't even say or I'll get banned. So yeah, Happy New Year, I guess.